Welcome to Wjzz Cool TV, coolest station in the world. I'm your host, Mark Scott, and we have a really wonderful show for you today. I got a friend of mine that he's a genius. He's a writer, a songwriter, he's a producer, a musician. He's also my musical director when I do my miracle experience. So sit back, relax, and we're going to talk and go over some history, and we're going to learn who Steve Jackson is. How you doing, Steve? You all right?
I'm doing great, man.
Good, good, good.
How about yourself?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm great. I can't complain.
All right.
Weather is a little wet, but it's good.
Yeah, it's
It's
good.
good. It's good. How do you feel, man? I know you got a lot work that you're working on. I know you got a lot of projects on the stove. You know.
Oh yeah, got a lot of projects. Keeping them moving. Because been at it for years. And doing different songs and production and working with different people and what. So yeah, we got it's several projects on the table right now. We
Okay.
got some. Actually, one just released New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And that,
This just recently.
yes.
You work with a lot of jazz artists and musicians and things like that.
Well, jazz, R&B. I've also worked with rappers, believe it or not,
Oh no, I believe you.
and
I believe you.
and hip hop artists.
Yeah.
Got a up and coming, phenomenal young lady that's up and coming.
Okay.
That
All right.
will be
Yeah,
helping us.
Steve is uh, one of Detroit's finest, and he produces many artists. You did a project some years back. We're gonna take you back a little bit. Um, Hustle, Turbo Hustle.
Turbo Hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turbo
Tell me
Hustle.
about that. Tell me about that.
Well, the Turbo Hustle was a project, and it's it's got some history to it. We were doing actually an EP on Fast Freddy. So we
Talk
used,
to the audience, man.
yeah, so we used
They
it.
want to know.
Yeah, we used it on Fast Freddy's EP.
Ah, Fast Freddy.
Yeah, so what's called
What was the name of that show he was on?
The Scene.
The Scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fast
from The
Freddy,
Scene. Fast Freddy
legendary.
from The Scene. And so he actually got a write up in GQ magazine, and he had momentum going. And a friend of mine, Van Allen, came to me and said, "Hey Steve, Freddie, he needs his momentum. Keep his momentum going." So he says he teaches dance and makes up hustles and stuff. So we did a hustle song on him, and so the Turbo was on that project. That was instrumental. What happened was once his song dropped off Freddie's Rock, we took the song music from off the EP, and we had a contest
Hmm.
and at Northland, and Bobby Williams, and Lenora Douglas, they had the steps, and they had several people show up, several groups and stuff, and my partner, myself, and others, we judged, different ones, and the turbo steps that they had came matched perfectly with the music,
Uh-huh.
and so we paired it when the studio produced it, and then and it took a while to catch,
Hmm.
and we put it out. Did the big VHS tapes, whatever, and the record shops didn't want to take it because of the big VHS instructional tape. So we had a CD single and a VHS tape. So they were like, it takes up too much room, so they would have us leave it on the counter. Maybe two to five of them on the counter, and then.
Oh, you talking VHS?
Yeah.
That's a good little while.
Yeah. So yeah. So go ahead.
What year was that?
That was like right around the late '90s, right before 2000.
Mhm.
And so what happened
See, this
was,
brother been around. He's been around for a good little while.
yeah. So what happened was we.
Young fella.
You always get me on that, Scott. So yeah, so what happened was I had a nephew, maybe a year or better later after we pushed it, and he's a DJ, and he came at a family function. Uncle Steve, that turbo, And then they, a few more functions. And I said, what are is it picking up in the streets? He said, yeah. So, and that's how it took off in the street and went across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I,
taking
I I know we did a show, and you know I'm gonna bring it up. You know I'm gonna bring it up. I don't remember where we were. I think it might have been at somewhere local,
yeah.
and I introduced you, and I said Turbo Hustle, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They knew who you were. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot.
On Front Street. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know there was
did.
that many young people out in the audience, so it kind of caught me off guard too. It made a lot of noise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a wonderful thing. Wonderful time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it just goes to show that when you do some music and it's popping,
Hmm.
people gonna pick up on it,
Right.
and being. Were you born here in Detroit?
Yes.
You were
Yeah, born and raised.
born and raised in Detroit. All right, native. Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, I love to bring guys on the show that are indigenous to Detroit. And you do a lot. You have your own studio that you work out of, or you take it to the disc or whatever.
Yeah, I do pre-production. I do pre-production at home. That saves a lot of time. So I
Sure.
spend a lot of hours to pre-production. But
Sure.
I can do as I need, and then cut at the studio,
Hmm.
and do the final production at the studio.
Hmm. All right, all right, all right. So you play is piano the only thing you play, or you play?
Yes, piano is the only thing that I play. I asked my mother to buy a piano when I was about 7 years old,
Ah,
and she said, I don't have enough money to buy a piano. So one day there was a knock at the door, and I was about 13, and here rose a piano, and I just went over and started picking on it, and I had an uncle, and he said, "Hey, Steve, you got an ear. You play by ear." And I started playing tunes, and then
so how old were you? How old were you then?
I was about 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
13 when she purchased that piano, and I would always have tunes coming to me. So what I would do, I'd be getting out of school, heading home with a tune on my mind. I got to work it out, get to the piano, So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so that piano was like a treasure to me. I would
Mhm.
come and get on it, and next thing I sometimes I could work the tune out because I didn't have the knowledge when I first started. Then I had to take some training and what at different places and what. So,
Okay. All right. And from there, did you take any lessons? You ever take any lessons?
yeah,
Piano
I
lessons?
I had to take lessons because I was playing with bands, and you need to know what key you're playing and what kind of chords you're playing and when I started out by ear, I didn't know that. So I played with bands, and you might say, "What chord you playing?" And so I had to make the transition and
Yeah.
learn, and then learn to read music as well. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
When I first got to Detroit, I played with this four-piece band. And I played the keyboards for this band.
Okay.
And then come to find out, Martha Reeves
Mhm.
was coming through to see if we were going to be able to play behind her.
All right,
You know.
all right.
But my thing is, I'd rather perform
Right.
than to be on the keyboard. But yeah, so piano lessons, any that's your formal training.
Yeah, yeah. I studied different places and with different people, and then the main thing I discovered, I started putting songs together, especially when the modern technology came in.
Mhm.
I started with a microcomposer, MC50 microcomposer,
Hmm.
and that's what the Turbo Hustle was created on, an MC50 Roland MC50 microcomposer.
Okay.
I still got it
All
sitting
right.
in
Hey,
my studio now.
that's vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you come about working with up and coming artists? How do you go out and find them? Do they contact your company? You have a website or something like that?
Well, actually, I don't have my website up right now, but I have one. People just came to me. I didn't have to even reach out to anyone. So I
Because
was
you
always-
Steven Jackson. You Steve Jackson.
All right, Sir Marcos. Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, so different ones would come to me,
Hmm.
and uh, and and I would reach out to some people that were close, and and we did a Detroit song. Well, it's called a Detroit song, "Better Than Ever Before," and I worked with Levi's sister, Levi Stubbs.
The Stubb sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they're
yeah.
actually the Stubb girls.
Stubb
But
girls.
people call
Yeah.
them the Stubb
We're
sisters.
gonna get to that. We're
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
get to that. We're gonna get to that. That's a. Yeah, I know the Stubb girls. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna take a little station break right now. You're watching Off the Cuff. I'm your host, Mark Scott, and we got Mr. Steve Jackson, producer, songwriter, musician extraordinaire. Uh, you're watching Off the Cuff live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like us, follow us, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can call in anytime while we're during this hour at 313-355-6018. That's 313-355-6018. And we'd just love to hear from you. Um, yeah, the Stub Girls. We did we did some stuff with them. Um, how did you come about meeting them?
It was through a guitar player and Randy Catchings, and and he had already, he knew the Step Girl, so I was playing keyboards with him, and so he put me in touch with him, and that was the beginning of it, and we've been. I call myself an honorary Stubbs now. We're hanging out with him so long.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, all right. I want to take a little minute, just a little minute. I meant to do this at the top of the show. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year, a happy holiday season. I trust you had a good holiday season, Steve.
Oh yeah. Got all my three sons are back in Michigan now. Our youngest son just moved in with his family,
Okay.
and we got a little grands with us, and we having a good old time.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, always good to be with family.
Oh yeah,
Always good to be with family.
yeah, definitely.
Um, if somebody wants to record something, and they think they have talent. Um, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, through social media, yeah, Facebook or what, and that's pretty much it because I have so many different people that I'm working with right now, and
I know.
yeah, and then I'm just trying to, because someone as a matter of fact just reached out to me about a week ago or better, and I haven't even gotten back with them. So just trying to
Who is
keep-
this?
Man, that's what I'm trying to think of his name. I know it is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of who it is.
Okay.
But
I talked to Dennis Bowles today.
oh, okay.
You know Dennis
Dennis
Bowles?
Bowles. I know of Dennis. I'm trying to Dennis Bowles.
His father was a legend at Motown.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Right.
and
Right.
he's I'm gonna have him on the show too. So,
Okay. Yeah, I
you
knew
know.
that name rang a bell.
Oh, Dennis is a very talented, very gifted individual.
Yeah.
So you work with the Stub Girls. I know you. I was reading your bio, and I noticed that you perform with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Are you writing songs for them?
I did a song with them. I did one song with them with a co-writer partner of mine, their keyboard player William Malone.
William
Yeah,
Malone. Okay.
And they
Musician?
brought me in. Yes, he's a keyboard player.
Okay.
And so he's a writer also. So he heard a track of mine. He was like, "Hey, Steve, I want to do something with that track." And so yeah, he wrote the lyrics, and it's entitled "Let Love Flow." So that's one of the songs that I did on the Fantastic Four, produced, composed and music.
Okay. You also did some work with Eddie Hughes, didn't you?
Yeah, Eddie, we did working on some things with him, but we did a song called Super Bowl not Super Bowl, Super Ball Jam. It's
Mm.
just a hype song for you on a football game and what, and it's got just a hype song, get people hyped up on the way to the games and what. And as the Super Bowl comes around, get them hyped up. They can play it and dance
Like
to it.
okay, Super Bowls, football.
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't call it the Super Bowl. We call it the Super Ball, and because we didn't want to have any.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
not infringement. Of course, of course, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. Super Bowl ball
Super Ball Jam.
jam.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie's doing actually. He's doing He's actually doing more of like not rapping, but he's like narrating. And then there's a group called Love I Am that's doing the background, and they're around Detroit doing some things as well. And they're
Okay.
doing the background. He did a great job on the background. So.
Okay. So you played with the Fantastic Four. You did some stuff with L.J. Reynolds.
Yeah, I filled in with L.J. Reynolds. Did out of town date with them, and
The Dramatics.
Yeah, L.J. Reynolds
Oh,
Dramatics. Yeah.
okay. So you get around, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But, I try not. I try to stay on doing the music production.
Uh-huh.
Because those type of things take away from doing the music production.
Oh,
So,
music production takes a lot of time,
yeah.
and you got to be
know-
focused.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
you're in the middle of doing some great projects, and that's
Well,
what
I got
you
I
do.
got I got a few things I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I peep.
Did you?
Yeah, I peep
Yeah,
what you're
okay.
doing. And, yeah, you're doing it, Scott.
Well, I'm always looking to work with people. You and I have done some things together. As a matter of fact, on my album, you put your expertise and that magic touch on a song we got called "Let Me Groove You." Yeah. What did you tell them what you did to that?
You know what, Scott? I can't remember. I
Yeah.
had so much stuff going on. I think I changed the kick around, the snare. Just flipped a few things around because you basically had it going. Just had to flip a few things around, put some different sweeteners in
This
it.
man is an arranger too. You
Flavor.
know, he's awesome, awesome,
Thanks.
awesome. I mean, you just the man. You just the man.
I'm the man next to me.
No, well, you the man. Well, so tell me about the Stub Girls again. You say you're an honorary Stub.
Yeah, I worked with them for so many years, and just I'm like family to them, and they're family to me.
Mhm.
I just they're actually they're a pleasure to work with.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're a very talented family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very talented.
yeah. You did a video not too long ago. I remember you mentioned it to me. I don't know how much of that we can talk about, but you did a video for a song that you collaborated with somebody on. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, we have one because it's a couple of them. Mr. Smooth. We did a song called Mr. Smooth for Mr. Smooth. He teaches ballroom and
Oh, he's a dancer. He teaches.
Yeah, well, he's an instructor.
Instructor,
And he
yeah.
dances. He's an instructor.
Okay.
He has a big following. He's taught in Japan.
And so what you did the music?
Yeah, I did the music and
What's the name of the song again?
it's called Mr. Smooth.
Oh, that's the name of the
Mr.
song.
Smooth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and I
Is it available online or
yeah, it's
something? It is.
available. Yeah, as a matter of
Well,
fact.
tell the people.
It's on all platforms. Mr. Smooth, Steve Jackson, featuring Shelly Kay. And she's a very great vocalist, local vocalist that we teamed up with.
Shelly K.
Shelly Kay.
Okay.
Mhm. And so that's her voice that's on the track. And my partner Van Allen, again, he co-wrote lyrics. I did a few lyrics on it. And Shelly Kay did a few lyrics. So we teamed up and put it together, and got a lot of people really show him big love for it. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's on all platforms, Mr. Smooth.
Oh, okay. So if they go to YouTube, or is it on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, it's on all the,
Deezer.
yeah, all
Oh, okay.
the platforms.
All right. Amazon
Yeah.
and so forth. Okay. All right.
So,
All right.
yeah,
Okay. So when did you release that?
that was released back in I think May of last year.
Oh, okay.
So and we're still pushing it, and what it's just one of the songs that people
Now that was the earlier one, right?
right.
Okay. So you had another project right after that. You did a video for Mr. Smooth?
It's a video that goes with Mr. Smooth, and I'm trying to think because my partner does the videos,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trying to think. I don't. Van Allen, he does the videos,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to think. Um, just did a promotional video on a song that we just released New Year's Eve. That's the one that's entitled "Make 'Em Sweat" with Dave McMurray, featuring Dave McMurray. So
What does he do?
saxophone.
Ah, that's the jazz tune I heard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
okay.
yeah, Dave McMurray did an awesome job, and getting a lot of love on that one as
Mm.
well. And so, just
Dave McMurray.
yeah, Dave McMurray.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is he a Detroit
Yeah,
native?
Yeah, I believe he is. I don't know too much of his history, but he's a great player. And,
Mm.
people check out the song, "Make 'Em Sweat."
Name of that song again?
"Make 'Em Sweat."
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah, "Make 'Em Sweat."
Make 'em
That's the
sweat.
title, "Make 'Em
And it's
Sweat."
on Spotify,
Yep.
all digital
Yeah, all
platforms.
the digital platforms. And, you can download, stream it.
Okay.
So, yes, it's available.
All
And
right. I'm going to have to pull that up. I'm going to have to pull that up and check that out. Yeah.
okay, sounds like a plan.
What's his name again?
Dave McMurray.
Dave McMurray. And the other lady, Lady K, Sheila K?
Shelley.
Shelley K.
Shelley K is on Mr. Smooth.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. And you produced, or you just played on those, or?
Played and produced.
No, you did both.
I
You
wrote-
did pre-production at your.
Pre-production, composed
Okay.
the music, and played, the different individual parts, and also produced.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Having fun. Doing
So are these groups performing anywhere around? Anything you wanna give a plug on?
Well, Dave's doing this thing. Dave's busy, so and he, hard to catch, but
So what is he? He's got his own band.
yeah, Dave does stuff. You pull him up on YouTube. He's doing different things. And,
What's his name? Dave Van Tool.
Dave McMurray.
Dave McMurray, the saxophone player.
Saxophone player.
Oh, okay.
Dave McMurray.
All right. What he performs locally? Some of the places around here where people can go see him.
But probably locally and internationally too. He's a great player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dave is definitely a
All
great
right.
player.
All right.
He's did some stuff years ago with Kid Rock and some others, and I can't recall.
Did you work on any of those projects with
No,
him? No, you didn't.
No, he's the first time I teamed up with him was on this on Make 'Em Sweat.
No, okay. Make them sweat.
Uh,
Make them sweat. Pow. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna throw this in. My boy, Hassan Watkins.
mhm.
Yeah, you familiar
Hassan.
with his material?
Yeah,
Have you
Hassan
heard
has
some of his
Yeah,
stuff?
Hassan has nice material.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Hassan, I got a team up with him. He wants to do a collaboration, so yep. So I'm gonna catch up.
Cause you
with
just could be
Hassan.
teaming up with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny when our youngest son just moved in here. He's getting out of the military, so he stayed on us for a while. And
What's his name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yep, Jeremy Jackson. He
Hey, Jeremy.
his
Is
son,
he watching?
He may be watching.
He might be watching.
Yeah, and his son, McKinney, he goes around the house. Teamwork makes the dream work, and that's my motto. I'm like, I heard him say that. What did he say? He says all the time, teamwork. We're a team, and he's just 4 years old.
Yeah.
And that's my motto. Teamwork makes the dream work. I don't try to do anything just by myself. I believe in teaming up with people and having a good.
See, that's what
I
they
got a great team.
that's what they want to know. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and have a great team, and I love teaming up with people. I'm not trying to be a one man band or any of that stuff. So I got a
Mm.
great team of people that I work with, and great musicians, and so it
Oh, you
helps out the
definitely do.
project.
But what did you do with McKinley Jackson?
McKinley Jackson, what we did, I did a couple of things with him. We did years ago when Esther Gordy was living, Barry Gordy's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Esther.
yes, Esther.
Okay.
And so Eddie and Brian Howland of Howland Dozier Howland had written a song for her, and they had gotten it copywritten in time capsule, and we were to perform that song on the A stage.
Somebody's calling in. Hey, how you doing? You have off the cuff with Mark Scott and Steven Jackson. Steve Jackson. You got a question?
I sure do. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you? What's your name?
All right, pretty good. Hey, my name is Van Allen.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, that's the man.
There he
That's
is.
the man. That's the man, Van Allen. Hey,
Hey,
glad
since
to
I'm
meet
not
you.
sitting there with you, I said, man, I gotta call in because, I gotta call in and connect with you guys, man. I'm enjoying the program so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah, he was telling me how prolific you are.
Yeah, I've had an opportunity to work with Steve for a number of years, and I mean, he's super talented. You got to get him to tell you about some of the, current projects we're working on. We're doing everything from jazz fusion to we actually have a young female artist we just started working with. We're really excited about it. You got to get him to tell you about that. But yeah, Steve's been telling me about you for a while now, and looking forward to being on your show. So I'm glad he finally had an
Absolutely.
opportunity to sit down with you.
Absolutely. Let's make that happen. I would love that. I would love
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll be glad to sit down with you sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to get on camera a little every now and then.
I like him. He's all right. He's all right.
He's great.
So he was. Didn't you say he does video?
Yeah, he does video.
You do video, Van?
Yeah, I started doing video. Oh man, probably over 20 years ago now. I started back in Comcast before there was any such thing as YouTube. I used to do shows for Comcast on lease access.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Video is one of those type of things. Once you learn how to do it, you never can retire from it. Somebody always has a project for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? You. We're gonna have to exchange some numbers here.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
can get you on. It sounds interesting.
Oh yeah.
Sounds real-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was alluding to, we did the Mr. Smooth track, which I had an opportunity to write on, and we did a companion video with that people really love. It's a lot of beautiful scenery from around the world and what have you. People always ask, man, how did you get that footage? I say, that's my secret. But it's a really good piece, and that song is done real well. And, then we just recently released Make 'Em Sweat with Dave McMurray. I heard you guys talking about that. That's a great song. Hey, did he tell you who actually mastered that track? Did you get a chance to tell him that, Steve?
Oh, you know what? Not yet.
No, not yet.
No, but
Okay, well, he'll lay it on you. I won't I won't give his interview away, but yeah. So anytime, yeah, just let me know. I'll be glad to.
Oh, we're gonna have him on. We're gonna. Have, Okay, now tell my audience who you are, what you do, so they'll know. I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you a cameo right now.
Okay, Van Allen, Van Allen Productions. Some of you might say, "Man, I heard that name before." Years ago, I did the Motor City Ballroom Dance Competition. I did 2 of those, and they were great successes. Get to showcase a lot of the dancers from around Detroit. So I've been a lifelong musician. Grew up, one of my cousins worked at Motown, and I met Steve. Probably about 20 years ago. We just happened to randomly meet working out at Ford's and discovered we both had, a deep-seated musical interest. And once he found out I was, a musician and did a little dabbling in writing, and that we got together and started managing artists and producing, and we just, stuck together all those years, and now we're just doing some great things, working with some great new artists. And I'm sure Steve will tell you about our latest venture with a young lady we're working with now.
Okay.
But that's pretty much who I am, my background. So
Van Allen, well, don't give it all away. We're gonna have you on the show, and Van Allen, we're gonna get him on. You guys are gonna.
David, there's a lot to tell. I got a lot of good stories.
Oh, I want to hear them. I'm sure my audience wants to hear it as well. Yeah, Van Allen. Hey, man, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna get him to talk about.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and
do that again.
When I hang up, I'm gonna go back and tune in and check out the rest of the show.
Yeah, but now you said you want to prod him to talk about what now? Some of the up and coming, some of the projects you're working on now, right?
The projects that we're working on now. We're doing this jazz fusion, which is a combination of jazz and dance music, because I'm actually a ballroom dancer myself. I don't dance as much as I used to, but I still remember. So what we do is we kind of formulate, some of the tracks we're working on dedicated to not only the jazz community, but to the dance community as well.
Okay.
I played saxophone for years when I was younger, but like you say, you don't want me to tell everything, but I've got a lot of stories.
No, because I'm gonna have you on the show. It sounds like me. I had Ronnie McNair on a week or so back, and his history is so vast. I don't think I didn't have enough time for my show. I'm gonna have to bring him back on too. But thanks, man, for calling. I really appreciate it, and you're gonna put me in touch with him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want Van Allen Productions.
Yeah, I look forward to it. When we'll sit down and chop it up and everything, and but then enjoy the rest of the show and keep in touch, man. We'll talk.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Van Allen on the phone, y'all. Van Allen on the phone. Van Allen Productions. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good when you say it.
I'm gonna let him tell you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you, Van.
He's got
Bye.
Take care, man. He's got some great stories and his relationship to different ones in the music industry.
Well, let's do a station ID, and then we're gonna get back and we're gonna talk about this new project y'all working on, because I want to know what you guys are doing together. Right, right. This is okay. Thank you for watching Off the Cuff. I'm your host, Mark Scott, and we want to thank you and we wish you a happy holiday. Happy holiday. I want everybody to have a happy holiday. We took the time off for the holiday, and then we're back on. This is our first show for 2024. So you're watching Off the Cuff live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and other top social medias. So like us, follow us, comment, call in, 313-355-6018. That's 313-355-6018. If you got any questions for Steve Jackson. So thank you for watching WJZZ TV, Cool TV. Cool TV, the coolest TV station in the world. WJZZ Cool TV. Y'all got to stay on this with us. We're going to be bringing all kinds of entertainers, people involved with social media, some people involved with social events in the city, Detroit, and surrounding cities, Flint, Saginaw, Bay City, Ann Arbor, Brighton, all of that. We're going to be all of that. Southfield, hey Southfield, I see you out there. So thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV. So tell us about this new project that you tell the crowd about this new project you guys are working. That Van was just talking about.
Well, I was saving that actually for later, but.
Really?
Yeah, but.
Is that the Prodigy?
Yeah, the Prodigy.
Oh.
14-year-old Prodigy. She's outstanding.
Okay, but is that the only other? He said more than one.
Well, actually, what I'm going to be doing some instrumentals on keyboard.
So tell us about that.
Well, I putting some tracks aside and working on them in production. Got a couple of them, waiting to get the for the weather to break to get the video footage together. And so yeah, got.
Is Van gonna be helping you with that video
Oh yeah,
stuff?
he's doing
He's
that.
directing that.
Van Allen will be doing the video production
Okay.
on it, and so got a few of those, and so putting those together, and probably do an album myself. And people have been telling me for years, Steve, you need to do a album on yourself, and I always like working with singers and different ones, and so I said I'm gonna do something myself.
Working with who?
The different singers and.
Oh, singers.
Yeah, different singers. And
Okay.
So, and pretty much, that's pretty much what I've done. I love doing vocal tracks, with singers and having the different, harmonies and just.
You can do harmony.
Well,
You
yeah,
sing too,
No,
Steve?
no. I put the harmonies together for sometimes, the different artists that need, harmonies.
I think he sings, and he just don't want to let everybody know it.
Well, yeah, if I could sing, I'd be trying to sign up with Mark Scott.
Well,
Yeah.
so is it jazz or R&B? Is it
It's
like turbo hustle
no, it's
dance
jazz,
music?
jazz with the flair R&B. So
Hmm.
it's like jazzy kind of more smooth jazz type of feel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do put those out. Plan on putting those out this year, and then.
What's the name of your label?
Well, I'm working up under AEJ Music
Okay.
LLC. And
Oh, okay.
So, yep. So that's what it'll be released up under AEJ Music LLC.
Okay.
And another project that I meant to mention. I don't know if let's see. I work with William Malone on. It's a
Who?
singer, William Malone, and
Okay.
it's a singer that we work with, Antonio Dandridge. He's out on the road working, and that's what.
Is Van involved with that as well?
No, Van's not involved with that project. William Malone is a co-writer on that particular song. Well, a couple of songs. That's another one that he worked with me on. And Antonio, he's out touring and doing some different things. So Bill heard another track, and he was like, "Hey, Steve, I want to do something with that." That's how the tracks usually start. Actually, the band he does the same thing. And so they'll listen to, "Hey, Steve, man, I want to do something with that track." And so, and the song ended up being entitled "When You Smile."
Ah.
And so, yeah, people really,
Dance to him?
Yeah, you can dance, you can
Ballroom
to
on
it,
it.
and then a listening song and just a song about love. You know what? We love putting together songs about love and togetherness, and what we're not doing any other stuff that's going around. And
What the world needs now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite songs.
It was it really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is that song jazz or is?
That one's R&B with like a jazz flair.
Oh, okay.
It's been
Like
good.
a smooth fusion kind of thing going on.
Well, it's more of R&B. Yeah, but it's leaning more towards R&B, but it's
Oh,
got a
okay.
jazzy feel to it, and people.
And where can they hear that? Is
It's
it
on all the platforms. When you smile,
Steve Jackson?
yeah, featuring Antonio Dandridge.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's out working, and we try to catch up with him and see about getting further projects going with him once he comes back off the road, and it got played at London Music Radio.
Mhm.
Picked it up, and it was doing good over there, and so.
UK.
So it's
Okay.
it's available on all platforms, all your platforms.
So we got Steve Jackson and what Malone?
William Malone.
William Malone.
Mhm.
Name of the song again is
When You Smile.
When You Smile. And you can go and download it on all digital platforms. All digital platforms. Spotify, YouTube, right?
Oh yeah. You
Okay, all right.
It'll make you smile.
All right, right.
Yeah,
And
make a
they
smile on your face.
and they can connect with you on Facebook. What's your URL?
Uh,
What's your tag on Facebook?
You know what, Scott? I can't think of it right
Is
now.
it Steven Jackson?
Yeah,
Steve
just
Jackson?
Steve Jackson, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other.
Yeah.
That's when you caught me
Okay.
off
You
guard with
just
that one.
you, right?
Yeah, just me.
Well, I want the people to know where they can find your music.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, we can talk all day, but if they don't know where to find your music, you know, then
Yeah.
we've wasted some time. And
You got that right.
so Steve Jackson and
William Malone,
William Malone,
When You Smile.
When You Smile. Isn't that tell 'em?
All the digital platforms, and it'll make you smile. One of my nieces, she downloaded it or streamed it. She texted me, Uncle, that song made me smile.
Ah!
People usually, you know,
Okay.
it's just a nice warm song. People,
Okay.
you know, and that's the purpose of it. You know, we put it together to put a smile on people's faces because
Sure.
there's so many people going around, and you know, and their demeanor is not, you know, the best. So trying to direct people's attention and, you know, hey, relax.
Be
You know,
nice
smile,
to each other.
yeah,
Love each other.
and what,
You know?
You got a good wife, a good girlfriend or whatnot, you know,
Mhm.
treat her good, make her smile.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know,
Yeah, it's always good to make somebody smile.
yeah, yeah.
You know, if you can do that, I have some of the stalest jokes, you know, and they just don't make nobody laugh. You know, this comedian is just not that's not my forte. You know, but I do try. I do
Yeah.
try. I try to make people laugh, and I like to. I don't like tension and
Right.
dissension and all of that. It's just too much of that in the world now.
Right.
And music is the universal language, and it always can make somebody feel good with some good music.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
And Steve, you do good music.
Oh, thank you so much.
You do
Right.
good music, man. I mean, I'm impressed with everything that you do.
Oh, thank you so much.
You just got a touch. You know, the golden touch, Mr. Turbo Hustle himself.
Yeah, yes.
Turbo Hustle.
Yeah,
That was your one of your biggest projects, right?
yeah, it's one of the biggest projects, and it
Mhm.
took off, and it took off on its own. And when it took off, you know, next thing I know was people. I heard it on the radio.
Mhm.
Like it's not even a radio listening song. It's like a hustle song.
Mhm.
You know, it's get played on the radio. People said they heard it at the airport and
Yeah.
overseas and
Yeah.
you know, different ones. It's like,
Well, I believe that because every time I mention you on stage, you know, the people go crazy.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
You know, they're like, oh my God, oh my God. So, and Mr. Smooth
Mhm.
with Van Allen.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Van Allen Productions. I'm gonna say that again. You know, I'm gonna plug Van Allen Productions. Steve Jackson. All digital platforms. Mr. Smooth, Turbo Hustle, Make You Smile. On, I mean, and you've just got a lot of music out there, don't you?
And When You Smile, yeah.
Oh, so it's just When You Smile
And Make Them Sweat.
and Make Them Sweat.
Yeah.
Make what is that? That's the football
No,
thing.
that's the song with it's like the jazz fusion with Dave McMurray, and it's actually a jazzy song. And,
Dave McMurray,
yeah,
right?
it's a
Right.
jazzy song, but it's
That's a
got
saxophone player, right?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
got a strong beat to it, so you know boppers can get out there if they want to bop to it, or just listen to it. And a friend of mine said it's the type of song when you going out of town, put it on
And drive.
If you want to hear a funny story? I picked up a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, my feet are hurting," and you know, he said, "Yeah, he's complaining about his feet." And so we were going to a family function, and I said, "Hey, check this new song out, Make 'Em Sweat." He said, played it, and he's like, "Man, that song made my toes curl up in my shoes," and I guess he forgot about his feet were hurting. and we had to stop, you know, pick up a couple of things at the store, and he got back and he said, "Man, play that again." And so, you know, so it's a song that's been getting some strong love. Yeah, it's been getting strong love.
He's getting some hits on that one, right?
Yeah. We're excited and happy to have it out.
You're so modest.
Oh, hey.
You know, you're so modest. You know, you just don't want to say it, do you? It's popping.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's doing all right, right?
It's making some noise.
Okay,
You know.
all right.
Yeah, you know, as long as this DJ's got in circulation, you know, and the different ones, you know, downloaded and what, and so it's a good song. People really showing love for it.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. So you're watching Off the Cuff on WJZZ Cool TV with Steve Jackson. And we had a call in from Van Allen. And you guys are partners and you work together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. So like us, follow us, share, comment, and subscribe to WJZZ Cool TV. So on Facebook, all the time. I mean, it's really at a little over a million subscribers. So thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. I'm your host, Mark Scott. We got Steve Jackson, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this 14-year-old prodigy. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, she's an outstanding young lady. She listens and she's got a good voice. And for a 14-year-old, she does a great job, and she can dance like crazy.
Oh, okay.
And she matched the two up dancing.
What's her name again?
Her name is Charity Alexis.
Charity
So
Alexis.
be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. We're gonna drop one. Looking forward to February.
Oh,
Dropping in
okay.
February.
Okay.
So, and you know, we getting all kind of love on that song from my 3-year-old granddaughter to my mother's age.
Ah.
Some people, my mother was over Christmas. Now my mother she just turned 94.
94. Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, and she.
When was her birthday?
Was November 22nd.
Oh,
She
okay.
turned 94.
94.
And so we had family over and went. The wife had family over, and she brought them downstairs so they could hear, see her Charity perform the song. And man, they just loved it. So Scott, see one thing is, how back in the day, the music was so good. It was everybody's music. Like when Motown was happening and everything, the songs was great hits from Motown. And then nowadays, it's like the kids' music. Okay, this is our music, and okay, and this is your music. But this song with Charity Alexis is going through the whole gamut from 3 years old. And I was telling my partner Van Allen, I'm like, man, I haven't seen a song that did this. Even my wife, and she don't, she's been around the music for so long, she don't say anything. She's around and promoting it already. Do that song. And matter of fact, she brought everybody in the basement saying, for Charity to perform the song. And everybody really, oh man, they had a great time, and you gotta hear it and see it.
Okay.
Because she's doing.
You haven't done any production on her videos or anything
no,
like
not
that?
Yet. Just
14 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
14 years old. And
She's a native of Detroit as well?
I believe Charity might have been born in Texas, but she's in the Detroit area now, and just happy to have the opportunity to work with her. And she's excited to work with us. And
Sure.
She's thoroughly excited, and we're excited too, because it's like when you have young people wanting to pair it with your music, that's saying something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's super excited.
Crossing generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her mother, that actually is a friend of my wife, Candace, and she had her doing different things and what, and she just said,
Hi, Candace. I know she's watching, right?
Yeah, I hope so. She does a great job with her baby, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Charity just listens, and it's just a pleasure, because you'd be surprised, Scott. You work with people, and sometimes in the studio and what, they don't want to listen. You have to try. Okay, we're going to do it this way, and in production as a producer, you have to make sure everything is sitting properly, and because if it's not, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to take charge and make sure the production is best that it can be. So,
Okay.
and that's the thing. So, but she listens, and that's we're like, it's to be a young person and to listen. You don't want to just take, and she listens, and she, you ask her to do something, she'll do it.
Okay.
So she is definitely a pleasure, and the love we've been getting on it.
Okay. So, you did studio work? Did you ever do studio work?
I don't like doing sessions, Scott, because I got so much music. I don't have time to do sessions for anyone. Yeah, really, you know what? I have about between 2-3 thousand song ideas. Songs that I started just humming and playing, and I have to do the production on them. So, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, trying to just get all that music out. You know, as much as I can.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, you're watching Off the Cuff. I'm your host, Mark Scott, and we have Steve Jackson. Steve Jackson, songwriter, composer, arranger, producer, all around guy, multi talented individual. You can get his music on all digital platforms. All digital, Spotify, Deezer, Apple, YouTube, all of them. It's been a pleasure having you, Steve. I mean,
Pleasure's mine.
I'm sure they've learned some things about your music and about you. And I wanna thank you for coming through and being with me, and we have a little fun
Oh yeah.
on the TV, and people get to learn about you and Van, Ellen, and Malone, and what's the young lady's name again? The 14-year-old prodigy,
Charity Alexis.
Charity
Be on the
Alexis.
lookout. Charity Alexis.
Okay, all
All right.
right. So you're watching Off the Cuff. We're going to be doing another show next week, and I'm thinking that I'm going to surprise you with somebody in the movie uh, industry. We will be announcing it on Facebook and on my page. You can go to my page, tjent.com, or you can go to markscottnow.com, and we will be posting it there. So that's markscottnow.com and or TJ